When I would go to the mall as a kid, it felt like I was experiencing a different universe. Food courts, clothing stores, and toy shops came together to form this endless expanse of fun and adventure. One of my favorite malls as a kid was the Westminster Mall. It had these long hallways filled with stores and arcade rooms that had slightly off-white walls from age, and they were all leading to the center of the mall, where the main attraction was waiting. The balloons. The mall had these hot air balloons that would go back and forth from the floor to the ceiling over and over again at different speeds. They would slightly bounce when they hit the ground or the ceiling before changing directions and setting off again. Really, they were moving along a wire that was pulling them around. You could walk down these big carpeted stairs and sit down to watch them while you ate your food. They were surrounded by a very shallow pool and a tiled area, but the pool and the balloons were behind a see-through wall so that people couldn't get back to them. I used to stare at these things for what felt like hours. I would toss a penny in the pool and join hundreds of other wishes that kids had made over the years. I don't even know what I was wishing for. I just remember that it felt so magical. The mall was demolished in 2011. The space has actually been used to build more housing and apartments in the area, so that's cool. I rarely find myself in a mall anymore, but sometimes I'll walk through an old one that I used to go to as a kid. I like to retrace my steps and see if I feel the same limitless feeling I used to feel every time I would turn a corner. But I don't really. I just kind of feel overstimulated. It's so loud and bright, and some of my favorite stores or food places aren't there anymore, and the layout's changed, and nothing feels quite like it does in my memory. Recently, I started to feel slightly thankful that this visual centerpiece to part of my childhood experience was kind of lost to time, so that only the younger me could have experienced it. He didn't go to these balloons because he wanted to feel like a kid. He was going because he was a kid, and he wanted to watch the balloons. And if I were to go now, I don't think I could let my mind go enough to do that. I think I'd be so focused on getting in touch with that version of myself, hoping I could see through the eyes of the kid version of me for even a moment, that I imagine I'd feel pretty disappointed, and I think I'd miss the point. I don't remember the wishes I made as a kid in that fountain of balloons, but if I were to make one now, I'd wish to find that feeling in another place. To make multiple people and things the place I go just to be. One store still stands after the demolition of the Westminster Mall back in the early 2010s. It's this JCPenney. I don't remember this JCPenney, but I imagine it was something like a normal JCPenney. It was.